right, thanks for joining us. A very good morning to everyone, and welcome back to the Black Book Thought Leader Speaker Series. We are going to start this virtual edition by plunging into impact ventures. Now, impact-oriented businesses are those that have additional targets or metrics apart from profits that they hold dearly and strive to achieve. One such industry is that of the generic pharmaceuticals. Today we have with us a young dynamic gentleman who, unlike most of us at the age of 16, was more concerned about the limited usage of generic pharmaceuticals in India rather than the number of likes his posts on Instagram received. Mr. Arjun Deshpande is the founder and CEO of Generic Aadhaar, a generic medicine aggregator company. By setting up Generic Aadhaar, all by the age of 16, he has broken all stereotypes such as you need to be a certain age or you need to have certain amount of experience before you start a company. Mr. Deshpande has been featured in several media houses such as NDTV, Forbes, the BBC, CNBC, Fortune, etc. He has been acknowledged and appreciated for his innovative ventures in the pharma industry by the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi as well. He has been shortlisted for the 2020 Thiel Fellowship Program run by the legendary Peter Thiel, who is the founder of PayPal. Incidentally, another Indian who was accepted into this fellowship program was Ritesh Agarwal, the founder of Oyo. Mr. Deshpande was named Student Entrepreneur of the Year in 2019 by Entrepreneur India, Entrepreneur Magazine, and Z Business. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Generic Aadhaar, the company is a generic medicine aggregator that aims to deliver quality medicine at affordable prices to the common man of India. Generic Aadhaar now plans to expand its wings and franchisees across the country. Here's a quick overview of the generic pharma space for those of you who are new to this industry and terminology. According to the law, when a new medicine is manufactured and marketed, it is protected under a patent for a specific time period. Once the patent protected time expires, other companies can manufacture and market the same drug. The generic drug is cheaper as the manufacturer does not incur any cost of research, testing, and marketing that original branded drug manufacturer has had previously incurred. The generic pharmaceutical industry is becoming more and more relevant with the rising number of people in India who do not have access to adequate medicines due to its exorbitant costs. Therefore, the generic medicine industry not only looks to make a profit, but also strives to provide pharmaceutical access to the economically challenged segments in India. I'm very eager to speak to Mr. Deshpande about his journey, and I trust you all as well. So ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this conversation. Mr. Arjun Deshpande, welcome to the Black Book Thought Leader Speaker Series.
Thank you, Black Book, for having me here.
All right, let's commence by talking about Generic Aadhaar, the company. Can you tell us all how the company works?
So, Generic Aadhaar is an innovative venture wherein I am trying to reach every Indian to provide affordable and quality healthcare. From the direct manufacturing facility, which are WHO approved by Government of India, we are trying to take medicines directly from the WHO facilities and reach to every individual. So now we are developing and expanding to every cities of India. So from where, from our aggregated stores, we can reach out every Indian to provide affordable healthcare. So that is the thing. And if I will share you one fact, while CNBC TV have covered my story, that time they discovered that 60% of Indian population today also are not getting medicines due to its unnecessary high price. So that is the thing. That time I promised myself that I want to bring this percentage to zero and and to reach every Indian to provide affordable healthcare. So that is the thing.
Perfect. And then it's interesting the way you started out, right? You were all of 16 years of age, and somehow you picked up this interest in the pharmaceutical industry. So just talk about the origins of the company in itself. What got you interested in the industry and the business?
So basically, when I start Generic Aadhaar, before that, during my school vacations, my mother is into international pharma business. So when I used to travel with her to various countries like US, China, Vietnam, Dubai, etc., during attending seminars, meeting distributors and Ministry of Health people, that time I realized one thing: the medicines in that respective countries are very affordable and accessible to every individual. So that time I asked my mother why in our India medicines are at so much high price and not getting to every individual. So she told me in India the generic medicines are being marketed as branded medicines. So it increased the basic cost of the product. So eventually it is put on the customer shoulder and high price has been borne by customer. So that time I thought that India is an biggest manufacturer for the pharmaceutical manufacturer for the world. A majority of the exports of pharma industry are done by India alone to the rest of the world. So if our Indian people are not only the getting the benefit of a generic medicine, so what is the use of that? So that time I done a survey and I saw all the things. How can I reach every Indian? So that time one more secondary problem was in the market that small medical stores who are there from last 20, 30 years, our neighborhood stores, small medical, they are facing a huge business competition from big medical malls and online pharmacies in today's global market. They cannot compete with big medical malls, online pharmacies because of technology, software, marketing, or many more things. So I tried. There are thousands or and thousands of medical stores currently present in Indian market. So why can't we take them under our umbrella of Generic Aadhaar to get them back to their business? So now what we are doing, we are taking a small medical store owners under our brand Generic Aadhaar. We are giving them franchises of Generic Aadhaar to get to compete with big medical malls, online pharmacies, and pharmaceutical companies. So, and at the same time, from there, we are reaching every Indian to provide affordable medicines from direct manufacturing facility. So, I have created an ecosystem which is an B2B2C business venture. So, from the manufacturer to the end customers, I am reaching. So, that is the thing what I have started down.
Sure. Now, having said that, not very many are familiar with generic drugs and generic pharmaceutical as an industry. And because of that, I would imagine that there are quite a few misconceptions as well. So could you speak briefly about some of these misconceptions that people might have towards generic medicines, and what are some of the challenges in the generic pharma space?
So generic drug is an non-branded pharmaceutical product. It is same in strength and dosage, but it is just a non-branded pharmaceutical product. So what is a branded? Branded is also in India, 90% of the medicines are generic, but some companies have been marketing generic products as branded products. So eventually it increases the price of the product as per the government rule and WHO norms. All the pharmaceutical company in India who manufacture pharmaceutical products, so they have to take care of the quality of the product because it is a pharmaceutical line. So quality never matters in never differs in other companies. The quality is same, but the price and all the things are depend on the brand awareness. They're spending companies are spending crore of rupees in brand promotions that individual have to bond the money from their pockets. So that is the main thing. We are creating an awareness in the market that generic and branded in India, 90% of the generic medicines are present. So we should go for generics, not for the branded medicines. So it will be helping our Indian people to cut their prices on the medicines.
Sure. And then you spoke about creating that awareness, right? So while we're on that topic, could you speak about some of the educational initiatives that Generic Aadhaar has been, undertaking to, brief the masses about the benefits of generic medicines?
So I will share very recently, Generic Aadhaar have been KIIT Puneshwar have been collaborated with Generic Aadhaar for Orissa. So what they are doing, they all the students in Bhubaneswar, they will be creating awareness to the senior citizens, because senior citizens are the major thing. Because what is the thing? Senior citizens have a limited pension during their old age. So if senior citizens can save their money, if we create awareness to the senior citizens, they can save a lot of money for their household or something like that. So medicines budget for senior citizens is very high. So I am trying to create awareness by various sources for senior citizens, our Indian youth. They should go for generic that can save their own money. So now KIT Bhubaneswar have collaborated with Generic Aadhaar for creating awareness for the masses. So that initiative is totally non-profitable initiative from our side. That is the thing.
Sure, that's a good step, and you
Yeah.
have the entire country to cover now.
Yes. Yeah.
Moving on, Mr. Deshpande, we understand that generic Aadhaar falls under the category of social or impact ventures, where making a profit is not necessarily the only goal, right? So, how different are the challenges when working on a social venture when compared to the challenges that you might have faced in another venture which does not have social upliftment as a central theme?
See, social when comes to a social venture is a necessity for our country. But in social venture, while doing generic Aadhaar, first main thing we have to face is awareness for the masses, because this business is not as some product or something like that. This is a mass, because pharmaceutical is been not an luxurious expense, but this is a basic necessity of every Indian. So when we aware our Indian people about the product, about the generic medicines, that time they will be convinced that generic are definitely as same as branded medicines in effectiveness and as the strength and doses. So that is the main thing. We have to create awareness to the Indian people about the quality of the product. So that is the reason we are taking the medicines from WHO GMP facilities and reaching to every individual. So quality never come into the thing. So we are 100% sure, and we are giving our individuals high quality medicines. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Let's for a moment, go back to the origins one more time. Now, most of the attendees on this particular webinar are probably students, right? Listening into your story. Now, every time someone who's a teenager or a student pitches a new idea to his friends or parents, there's a whole lot of resistance that they are met with.
Yeah.
Share with us your example when you broke your idea to your parents. What did you tell them, and what were their initial reactions?
So always I wanted to be a job creator, not a job seeker. So when all the things happened, when I got this idea, I done a research when I used to travel with my mother. So after that, when I saw the reality of the pharma industry, and I saw something big problem in the market, which I have to go and catch the opportunity as an entrepreneur as well. So that time the opportunity was in front of me. So there was a good opportunity, and as an entrepreneur, I study all the things about generic pharmaceutical industry and how we can support individual medical store owners. So when I had a complete plan, so that time I told about this is the thing and this is the opportunity I can go and hold on. So as always an entrepreneur, and we have to create a jobs. I never thought that I will be a job seeker. I always want to be a job creator. So that is the reason I told all the things to them, and they were definitely convinced, because I wanted to do something for our country and for betterment of every individual. So they really supported me in my venture every time. Yes. So if you have the every entrepreneur, if he want to see something, if he have some good opportunity, he should go and catch hold on that. Don't let edge come between of your great ideas, innovative ideas, because something revolution in any part of the world is been started by one person only. Then all comes and join hand with him. So we have to start and show the result to entire world what we are doing.
Sure, well said. And after looking at your story, I'm hopeful that more parents and guardians will be willing to let their teenagers explore and experiment in the world of business,
Yeah.
right? Let's talk a bit more about some of the challenges that you might face, right? We have to constantly remind ourselves that you're still a teenager. Having said that, what are some of the obstacles that you face given your age, and how do you overcome them?
See, the some obstacles. If you say, if we have some good confidence on ourselves and self confidence, so there are. If we start up something good and innovative, there are something difficulties come in between. But we have to face it and go in front, because uh, in our world there is not even one story that has been successful without some difficulties. So if we have good willpower and self-confidence on ourselves that we are doing something good and unique in this world, so we have to go and do that. We should not see for some difficulties, because difficulties, if we focus on the difficulties, our goal remains aside. So that is the reason I always suggest to everyone that don't focus on your difficulties, focus on your goal. If your goal is clear, difficulties will go. Definitely. So that is the main thing. In pharmaceutical industry also there are many things, difficulties coming, but if we have something we are doing always, so it's going on. Yeah.
You're a very confident teenager, and thanks for setting an example. Let's talk a bit about the expansion of generic Aadhaar. Right now, you're expanding across Maharashtra and Pan India as well, and I would imagine you would have to recruit to support the expansion activities. What are the three basic qualities that you look for when you hire somebody?
Now Generic Aadhaar has been expanding in Maharashtra, Goa, in fact in Bangalore as well. In every cities now in next month, in Delhi and in many cities we are expanding. So before, if when I hire someone, if that is in top management level in the company, so I first thing seen them that they are saying into they are trying to solve. So they are finding a solution, not the problem. If they are finding a solution, not focusing on the problem, that is a major thing that an person I look that quality should be in them. So that is the main thing I focus on. That, and second thing, he should be the person who do all things by himself, not take support and 100 times support from his team members. He should be independently doing something for our company and give our company a good thing. So that things I always see in the people, because nowadays many youth people are there, they want to do something initiative for our company. So they definitely the age, I never see any age of the person. If they want to do something, I always give them the opportunity to do the same. Yeah.
So, in effect, the willingness to go out there and do something, and also someone who is a problem solver, and that's something very vital for all the students who might be tuned in to make a mental note of. Now, Mr. Deshpande, let's move ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, as it were, right? The coronavirus pandemic. Can you
Yeah.
share with us about how the pandemic has affected the generic pharmaceutical industry?
So COVID-19 is really such a thing that we together should support. There are many industries like hospitality and many more industries that are affected. Due to that, many employments will be going of the people in different ways. So now if we want to strong our Indian economy, pharmaceutical, FMCG, retail is the only way to empower our Indian economy. Because after this situation, all the things will be depend upon pharmaceutical, FMCG, or you can say grocery and all these things. So currently, as when I am seeing the response from Indian people now in the COVID-19 situation, people are really getting aware about the generic medicines. Because one example I will share with you, hydrochloroquine, the malaria drug, which US also demand, and everywhere the demand is there. That hydrochloroquine is not a branded name. This is a generic name. So when all the things are going in this way, so all are people asking for hydrochloroquine. No, nor person is asking for a branded product. So that is the main, you can say, a revolution in industry. So that is the reason we are creating an awareness to the masses, and now majority of the people are mailing, putting an mail, putting on my social handles or something like that about the generic medicines. They want to start of their own, because in many small businessmen are being affected. So now they are taking generic Aadhaar franchises in many cities, because after this situation, generic and pharmaceutical industry will be definitely booming up. So I'm focusing on these things as well. Yeah, and currently for the COVID-19, generic from myself and generic Aadhaar, I have distributed free PPE kits to many government hospitals as well, for betterment of our doctors and paramedical staff.
That's good to hear as well. Now, while staying on the subject of the pandemic, what are some of the innovations that you expect to take place in, the generic pharmaceutical industry in the aftermath of the pandemic?
So after this, generic medicines will be really in the boom, because what is the thing? I think PM Narendra Modi ji is also going to bring a GR after this about the generic medicines. So doctor, now currently what we are doing, if any person, any patients come into our stores, aggregated stores, we have our trained staff over there. So we tell our patients that generic medicines are same as branded medicines. So after this, GR is going to come by PMO, Prime Minister's Office, about the generic medicines. Doctor have to compulsory write the generic name, not the brand name. That is individual choice what they have to buy of which company. That is individual choice. So after this is the main revolution is going to taking the place. And also we now also ask our patients that you have to consult doctor before consuming any medicines, because doctor also wants that patients should save their money. So that is the reason doctor also nowadays support very much to their patients, and they also support generic medicines, that people should consume generic medicines so their patients only can save the money. So that is the thing. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, I would imagine that you're quite bullish about business for your company in the aftermath of the pandemic.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk briefly now about the student fraternity or the entrepreneur fraternity, right? Yeah. You've tasted positive success since the time you embarked on your journey as an entrepreneur. What are some of the learnings that you've picked up along the way that you would want to pass on as words of advice to students and other entrepreneurs who are looking to kickstart their journey?
So one major thing I want to share today, that whenever we have a good idea, we should catch the opportunity, because many people I see, they have good ideas, great ideas for society and for betterment of people. But what is the thing? Many people do 9 to 5 job, but they have good ideas in the morning, but by evening they think something different. They have to continue the job. But if we have to get success in our life, we have to try something unique and good always. So if we have self-confidence and something like that, we can definitely do. So I always tell to our Indian youth that we should be a job creators, because our India needs job creators, not job seekers. Because after this COVID-19 situation also, many jobs are going of many people. So if we can create jobs for our tomorrow India, so that will be a really great initiative. So also I personally, I am creating job creators. So what job creators? When I appoint any franchisees, they are generic Aadhaar franchisee owners. So they give employment further to many people in their outlets. So I have taken promise to be a job also be a job creator and to create a job creators. So that is the thing I want to give a suggestion and advice. And don't let your age come between of your great ideas. Never. So we have to, if we have something great, go and catch the opportunity, go do and research and something, create an ecosystem and start off that. Yeah.
Great, and I love the fact that you say that you love creating job creators, right? That indeed has a ripple effect and transforms the society as a whole.
Yeah, because for our Indian economy also that is a necessity. Because currently also in US there are many people have lost their jobs, in India also. So if we can empower something good to empower our Indian economy for better tomorrow, so we can do something today itself. Yeah.
A quick comment from your side. I know you're very passionate about what you're doing, but what excites you on a day-to-day basis to get up and go out there and do business in this industry?
So when we are doing something I'm doing for our country, that satisfaction is very important for me, because this is not only I'm doing for making a profit, but this is only I'm on a mission to provide affordable healthcare to every individual. So as I told you during a CNBC story, have covered my story over there. So they told 60% of Indian today also are not getting medicines due to its unnecessary high price. So this is a very big ratio and a very big percentage. So I have taken the promise to bring this on 0%. Definitely I will be successful in coming years to make this percentage on 0. And I am excited because something innovative and something unique I am doing. That satisfaction is really good for me.